can't believe I'm doing this. Hi, my name is Shana, and welcome to my beautiful cross stitch mess. This is Missy. I was going to say a bit further along that I have two cats, but apparently she wanted to make an appearance early. Come on. So this is Missy. Say hi, Missy. And then I have a ginger cat named Alice. And then I also have two kids, one from 2 years old named Clara, and one of 10 years old named Marika from a previous relationship. I am also in a relationship with Dieter, and we are all living in Belgium, in the Flemish part of Belgium. So if I make some mistakes in my English, I'm very sorry, but English is not my first language. Flemish is. You may be wondering what language is Flemish. Well, it's Dutch, but Dutch is spoken in the Netherlands and Flemish is spoken in Belgium. You kind of can, how do you say it? It's like American and British English, but then Dutch and Flemish. We can understand each other, but we speak differently. We have different words for the same thing, and so forth and so on. But enough of that. You're here for cross stitch. I've been a stitcher since I was 12 years old. My grandmother has taught me. She's still alive. She lives in Bruges. All my family lives in Bruges. I'm the one who moved away from Bruges to Kortrijk. It's like a 45-minute drive. And yeah, she has taught me when I was 12 years old, but I didn't get into it until I was like 20 years old. And I'm now 30. So I've been cross-stitching for about 10 years seriously now. You may also want to know that I am recovering from a second very heavy depression, which hasn't helped me with stitching at all. Sometimes all I want to do is cross stitch. Sometimes I don't want to do anything. I suffer also from anxiety, which is why this is very, very scary for me. But I've been watching a very, very fun channel named I Stitch Birds. And the one who makes those floss tubes, Laura, if you're watching, hi! She was such an inspiration to me for starting my own floss tube. So Laura, if you're watching this, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know you suffer from severe anxiety as well, and you're just killing it. I first watched your kid parade, and then now I'm watching your WIP parade, but with two kids. Yeah, I have to watch it in bits and pieces. But everything is calming down now that school has started here in Belgium again. Oh, I forgot to mention, it is my very first floss tube, and it is now Tuesday, the 5th of September. So for my first floss tube, I was thinking about starting with a WIP parade, as many of you do when you start a floss tube. And I know most of the floss tubers either have or have a mid-year WIP parade and an end-of-year WIP parade. I still don't know what I'm gonna do with that, but I think I will just have a yearly WIP parade around this date. And I'm thinking about filming like once a month. That will be doable, I think, without putting too much pressure on me. So let's get right into it. I want to start off with my two active whips for this week, and I'll start with a dimensions. This is kept in a Ziploc bag just from a website I just ordered once, and I will never order from it again. Pat Pat. It's a very cheap Chinese website. The clothes I ordered were for my then newborn baby, and they were just horrible. They were just horrible. So, but this is the one I'm stitching. It's called Fairy Tale, and it's by Dimensions Gold Collection, and I just love it. Oh, I love it so much. Just the colors and the fairy, and oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. So, and this is where I'm at now. I'm like, I have 1/4 of the picture done now. I started in the bottom left corner. And yeah, I had the two fairies done. And now currently working here at the top in her hair. And this needle minder comes from Etsy. It was someone who used to collect Disney pins from Disneyland Paris, Disneyland Hong Kong, Disneyland everywhere from around the world. And she made those pins into needle minders. I have a few of hers, but for some reason, I don't know why either, she stopped doing it, she stopped making them. I'm very sorry because I really, really, really love those needle minders, but what can you do? And this is how I start my dimensions thread. These are cards from DMC. They have a magnetic strip, and then they have like 15 holes like this where you can put your threads on. And I really love using them for my dimensions mostly. Dimensions and Lucas. Hi Missy, you back here? And these are like my blends. I don't know if you can read it, but I can read them, so that's most important. You want to go upstairs? Come on. Sorry about that. Usually when no one's around, when it's only me at home, the door's open. But yeah, for filming I thought it looked neater if it was closed. So let's put that away. I will also mention that I will not be editing because who has really time for all that? If there is something that goes wrong or something like that, very, very sorry, but you get what you get here. What you see is what you get, I guess. Here, they say it. And then, this is my project bag where I keep my two Heaven and Earth designs, my two head whips in. I got it from Etsy as well. I don't remember what the seller is called. I may look that up for next time. I'm sorry. But yeah, she's from France, I believe. I think I remember that she's from France. And this is my tablet where I keep pattern keeper on. And I have, as I said, two whips in here. One is also an active whip, and it's called Birth of a Star. Who's it by? Rachel Anderson. It's by Rachel Anderson, and I'm making the Max Color version. But I'm doing this one extreme cross country because that's all one color. There are 240,000 stitches in, and more than, I think, 118,000 stitches are all in DMC 939. So that's why I'm doing that cross country. And I probably should let you see what it will look like when it's finished. And I'm stitching this one 2/1 half cross, because all that DMC 939, if I have to do full stitches, no thank you. This has been what it will look like finished. This is a mock-up by Pattern Keeper. I'm sorry for the glare. Yeah, but you'll get the idea of how she will look like. Maybe if I turn off the lights a bit more. Is this better? Oh, no, it's not. Maybe this will do. Nah, you're just seeing it in white. Oh, well, if you wanna look it up, it's on the head website. Just look for Birth of a Star, or just look through the patterns. And this needle minder comes from Facebook, and I think the page is called True North Minders. She is in Canada, and before all the changes from the taxes and all that, shipping from over the rest of the world to Europe, I ordered this, but now it's too expensive to order from that again, which is a pity because she has beautiful, beautiful minders. This is my second WIP, my second hate. Actually, no, it's my first hate that I started. I will first let you see what it will look like. I hope that picture will show up more. It's called Fairy in the Wood by Morgan Fitzsimmons. And this is what it will look like. So much glare. Yeah, there we go. And I've always said I didn't want to do any hate patterns. And then I came across this one. And the colors, they're just so me. All the purples, and I love fairies. I have always been in love with fairies. But ever since my youngest daughter was born, I love fairies even more. So I hope one day it will hang up in her room. I'm just not sure when it will be. I don't know when I started this. I don't keep actual dates with me and stuff like that. But I'm currently at 29.89%, and I think I've been working on this for 2 or 3 years, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know. And this is what it looks like now. So I finished all the top pages, and I'm now currently working in this page. So yeah. This needle minder, I actually know where it comes from. It comes from Anya's Little Minders on Etsy, and I'm in love with the dragons. She's really famous along cross-stitch community, and I just love her minders. I have two of them. The other one will be making an appearance also, but again, she's in the UK, I believe, and with the custom getting more and more expensive from the UK as well because of the Brexit and stuff like that, I don't know if I'll be able to afford another of her minders. It is what it is. Okay, so those were my two hates. I don't have any more hates. I do have some more dimensions though, and I have a few other things, so stick around. uh, yeah, I think we have found the other onions. Little minder, needle minder. This is the quilt paper by Lavender and Lace. Wait, what can I say about this one? Oh, hey, Alice. Oh, are you gonna show up on the camera as well? My beautiful little girl. And yes, Alice is called because of Alice in Wonderland. You can see Cheshire Cat over here as well. I'm a huge fan of Alice in Wonderland. I am a huge cat lover because Lucifer from Cinderella is here also. So yeah, it's not the kids who are particularly into Disney. It's mommy. As you can see, my shirt is also from a movie called Anastasia. Um, this is not actually from the movie, it's from the musical we went to, me and my boyfriend, right before COVID hit. We went to watch it the 4th of January 2020. My birthday is on the 4th of January, so we were making it a whole weekend of it, and I just Anastasia, or Anastasia as you call it in English, is my favorite movie, and the musical was just spectacular. Even though it was in Dutch, I had my reservations, but I absolutely loved it, and I was so happy I could see it before COVID hit. And we have the music CD still, and every once in a while I listen to it and I just see all the scenes again in front of me. And, huge musical fan, huge Disney fan, huge cartoon fan in general, like Anastasia, The Sword in the Stone, Thumbelina, all these movies I love, 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 love. So yeah, but back to cross stitch. So as I mentioned, this is the quilt maker by Lavender and Lace, and I just fell for the beautiful two dresses, but also my oldest daughter, Marika, is as blonde as this little girl here, and I always had a dream of learning my daughters how to craft. Unfortunately, my oldest has been diagnosed with ADHD and she hasn't shown much interest. And if she does, it's like for 5 minutes, which happens with ADHD, and then she stops again. So, yeah, but it's cold to me. I am not a quilter, but it's still cold to me. Uh, and this is where I'm at. So this is the other Anya's Little Minder, Needle Minder. It's the Rainbow Dragon from the first batch actually. And here I am with the pattern. Alice, you can't really see her, but she's she's right before my screen. So let's say I'm halfway through with this pattern, something like that. I am using the code for DMC, but I changed up some of the things, like here I needed to use some light yellowish color. I can't remember the DMC number, but it just didn't look right to me, so I just stitched that in white. What else did I change? And here it's the opposite. I had to change. I had to use some white in this color, but I just used the lightish yellow because I didn't think it mingled that well. And then in her face and her face, I had to use a lighter pink still, but it just didn't seem right to me, so I changed that up a bit. They're still all colors the pattern calling for, but I just use a little less of it. And there's that. Oh, come on, Alice. Oh, and this is a project bag. Wait, hold on. First things first, I am stitching this 2/2. So two. Oh, things are hard. 2 DMC threads over 2 fabric threads. That's it. And I'm stitching this on 32 count linen in the colorway Light Nougat. Light Nougat. There we go. From Eggshoe Design. She's on Etsy as well. She sells a lot of fabric. She's dyeing herself. And this project bag is from Little Boat 88. Yeah, Little Boat 88. Also on Etsy. If you can read that. There we go. So, yeah, if you're interested, look it up because her bags are amazing. Then, what else is in this bag? Are there more WIPs in here? Oh. There's actually a finish here too, so if you want, I can show you that as well. This is Ice Cream Cats from Soda Stitch. It's also stitched on a fabric from Eggshoe Design. I think it was called Marbled Mauve. And the pattern is called Ice Cats. And I finished this earlier in the year. And I just love how cute the kitties are. I'm just thinking about backstitching the paws underneath here and the letters because on this fabric you can't really tell, but it says Ice Cream Cats, but the pattern is called Ice Cats from Soda Stitch. And this is in 16 count Ada. I stitched this on. I stitch on everything. I stitch on Ada, I stitch on linen, I stitch on even weave, I stitch on everything. As my two hates, Birth of a Star was on 28 count as I mentioned. I don't know if I mentioned Fairy in the Wood, but that was stitched on 25 count. No, Fairy in the Wood was stitched 1/1 full cross, and Birth of a Star is stitched 2/1 half cross. And then there is one other WIP in here. Oh yes, I love that one too. Oh, I don't have the picture from it because that's in my boundary upstairs. So I cannot actually show the finished design. But this is the Rose of Sharon by Mirabilia. And this one is stitched on 32 count linen in the colorway Light Driftwood from Eggshoe Design. And I got that needle minder from a store from Etsy, but I can't remember what it's called. This was actually a birthday start last year in 2022. And I keep all my original patterns in a binder upstairs, and I make a copy to work on, so I can mark off my pattern and stuff like that. This is another just Ziploc bag from that awful website Pat. As I said, I do not recommend ordering there. And then I will look what's inside the box because that was a bag where I used to keep my travel pieces in, but as I don't travel as much anymore, I don't need a travel bag. This is a Designworks kit. It's called Oriental Fans, and it's by Joan Elliott. I also have a book upstairs from her. I can't remember the name, but it's with all Asian designs, like a few of our geishas are in there as well, and this pattern is in there as well. So if you can't find this kit anymore from Designworks, you may be able to find that book instead. And this is where I'm at. I started the first fan. This is just the kit Ada. It's 14 count white Ada. I may have preferred a dyed Ada or linen, but I started this when I was in the hospital admitted for my depression. I was in the stage where I could leave every once in a while to spend the day with my family, and I just bought this kit and at the store, and I just couldn't wait to start it. So I started it at in my hospital bed when I came back in the hospital. That was last year. So this one will be turning 1 year soon-ish, I think. And Alice is now on the box with all my WIPs, because of course she is. So yeah, I have been treated for my depression. I came a long way, actually. It's my second time, and it came hitting harder than it did in 2017 when I had my first episode of depression. But I kind of feel like I came out stronger now than I did the first time. Just let me take a sip of water first, because talking is... Already half an hour in. If you're still here, thank you. Right. This WIP. This is the 4 Elements Earth. It's designed by Maria van Scharenberg. Maria van Scharenberg, excuse me. It's a Dutch designer. The kit is from Manarte. Unfortunately, you cannot get it anymore. I already finished Water and Air. And this is a WIP with some history, because I initially started this now like 10-ish years ago. The first one, the Water one. And it was originally a project to do with my ex, the other parent from Marika. We are still good friends. But let me get out of the way first that she is a trans woman. She changed right before we broke up. And I'm not saying that is the only reason we broke up, but it was the last straw for me. There were a lot of different things wrong in that relationship, and I just couldn't handle her changing from man to woman while we were in a relationship. I had too much on my plate then. Things were seriously wrong in the relationship as is, and then that change just made me, yeah. But as I said, we're still good friends. It wasn't a horrible breakup or anything. We still go out to eat from time to time with her new partner, with my new partner, and with the 2 kiddos, of course, as well. But yeah, things just didn't work out for us in a relationship, and that's okay. That's okay. We just want different things in life, and that's that. But as I said, so this WIP has some history behind it. I finished Air and Water, but my ex started Fire, and she's now 10 years busy with fire, and she still says she wants to finish it, but as long as she doesn't finish it, I don't feel the need to finish Earth, because as long as fire isn't ready, I cannot put them up all four, of course. So yeah, that's why currently this I just work on it every now and then, but it's not calling to me anymore as much as it did. Uh, I just use the kit fabric and floss, which is a 14 count Ada as well, I think. Yeah, yeah, it's 14 count. And this is where I'm at. Just the bottom done, all the different fruits and veggies. I got this needle minder from a French store called Chibi Stitches. Chibi Stitches doesn't exist any longer, but they started another website called Chibi Hour. So Chibi is Chibi, and then Hour is just Hour. So yeah, I don't know if they still sell Disney minders because they have been selling them a lot when they were still called Chibi Stitches. But I don't know if they still make Disney minders. They do make other minders now. They're designing them themselves. So yeah, check out their website if you're interested. So that's that. Oh, another Dimensions Gold collection. This one is called Innocent Guardian. It's the old package with the bag. And this was my birthday start this year. And I love the purples again, because I'm a purple girl. And her wings, and yeah, just love it all. Ah, so beautiful. I'm using the kit threads as you do with Dimensions, but I swapped out the fabric for an 18 count Lavender Fields by Exu Design again. And actually, my ex made this needle minder for me from a necklace I brought back from our trip to Hungary last year. I made a center start. There's not much to be seen. It's like the pocket where she keeps the bunnies in. I am currently working on, as you can see. There is not much there. Oh, I may need to find another spot to film next time. So yeah. And all those gold threads. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them, but they're so pretty to stitch with. I think a lot of you can relate to that. Let's see. This is another project bag by Little Boat 88. There's a lot of cat hair on it, as you can see, but I love horses, so I already knew when I ordered it that it will be full of cat hair, but I don't mind. No outfit is complete without cat fur here in this house. And the inside is with cowboy boots. And in here is where another Soda Stitch pattern lives. Oops, on my thread. This is called Fortune Owl by Soda Stitch. Unfortunately, I cannot show how it will look like because all I've got here is the pattern with me, and I can show the pattern, as you know. So yeah. It's on Black Ada. It came as a kit, and it's on Black Ada, as you can see. And that's where I've gotten to. In the original pattern, it said fortune. hence Fortune Owl. But I made it into the leaf because I started this one and I can remember this vividly in the end of March, beginning of April of 2020, when the first lockdown hit here in Belgium with COVID. And I just needed something, a pattern that would give me faith that everything would be normal, back to normal once again. Um, I worked on this a lot last year until I made a huge mistake here in the wing, and I had to rip out a lot of threads, and then it got in the naughty corner. But yeah, this is 14 count black Ada, and I'm stitching it with the kit floss, and Soda Stitch make their kits with Venus threads. Actually, it was the first time I used Venus threads, but it's okay. It's not it's not DMC, but it's okay. And this needle minder I got from that same store on Etsy that made the Disney pins into needle minders. But as I said, she doesn't do it anymore. So this is Fortune Owl by Soda Stitch. Actually, when you get the pattern, there are a lot of colorways you can do it in. So this is the original, but there's also a green one, a blue one, a red one, or you can even stitch it monochromatically. But I just like the black Ada and then kind of like the flames it's represented. So yeah. Let's see, and then we have one I am doing for a friend of mine. Actually, this is a kit by Vaco, and it doesn't really have a name, it just has number 25474, and it's an Egyptian pharaoh. It's an old kit as well. I think this is out of print, but my friend also bought the companion piece for it. It's the lady, so they are facing each other when hung up together. I didn't start this one though yet. She bought it herself to learn how to cross stitch, but yeah, I think the pattern was too big for her and it intimidated her, so yeah. There's no rush in finishing it. I can finish it whenever I want. But yeah, I started a little bit on it, and actually my grandmother has made this one too. She made it on Ada because she's an Ada stitcher. She can only stitch on Ada, and I'm stitching it on the kit linen because you could buy it on linen and you could buy it on Ada, and it's on 28 count linen. And here's where I am with this one. This needle minder also comes from an Etsy store, the same one as I got the Hello Kitty one from. And as I said, I will try to look it up, remember to look it up before my next video. So yeah, it's actually a fun pattern if you get into it because it's lots of color block stitching and like all the black lines and then just coloring it in. It's kind of fun. And it's also fun to know that my grandmother once made this pattern as well. Me and my grandmother have a very, very good bond with each other. And yeah, I love her. She is now 81. And I'm just so happy she's still with us. And she enjoys watching how my two daughters are growing up and stuff like that. It's really fun. Then another dimensions kit. This one is called Enchanting Geisha, and it's also from the Gold Collection. Can you see a theme here? Oh, I love dimensions, and I really, really love their Gold Collection. And I actually got this kit as a rack when my second girl was born. I put it on one of the cross stitch pages on Facebook that I was looking for this kit, and a kind stranger offered me to send it, and I just had to pay the, oh, how do you call it in English? Like the cost for postage. So yeah, and I just love it. I didn't start it then. I think I started this in somewhere mid 2021. Because I was playing along with a game on Facebook then. Oops, there goes my tablet. I hope it's alright. um, yeah, I started this playing Crystal Academy. The game no longer exists on Facebook because the administrators didn't have time for it anymore. But I just love that game, and I hope I come across one of those games again soon. This one is another project bag by Little Boat 88. So there's little geishas on it, and then the fabric is like, inside is like a polka dots thingy, red and white. This is also stitched with the kit floss and fabric. And here's where I'm at. This needle minder also comes from the same store then that the fox and the Hello Kitty minder comes from. Yeah, I just love the colors. And there are some lazy daisy stitches in here somewhere already. Can't tell now where they are. Oh, here, the leaves of the flowers are lazy daisy stitches. There we go. So yeah. There we go. Then we have a project bag that I bought at an LNS, a local needlework store. It's from het Garenhuis in Ghent. If someone else is living in Belgium like me, they can look it up. Het Garenhuis is spelled the old way with A-E and U-Y. So yeah, if you're interested, you can go look it up. It's with cute little bunnies, and then the inside fabric is like this as well. And herein lives my cat sampler. Hold on. Before I show you the pattern, let me see where. Oh, here it is. It's called Cat Sampler Clovis, and it's by Chlorami Design. She doesn't sell her patterns like in a regular store. You can go to the website from Chlorami Design. I think it's .be. Doesn't say, but I think it's .be. And or if you just Google Chlorami Designs, you will come on to the website, and you just send her an email with the patterns you want, and then she'll send you the PDF form or the paper pattern, whatever you prefer. Did I already mention I love kitty cats? Yeah. I'm stitching this one on a 32 count even weave, I think. In the colorway, let me see, Marbled Autumn Gold. Also by Exu Design, and it's a 32 count Belfast linen. So yeah. And this is where I'm at. I have a lot of fabric for this. And I'm actually stitching this with Weeks Dye Works. the lighter brown, so the letters and the borders, I am stitching in Swiss chocolates. Swiss chocolates, and the kitty cats are, I believe, chestnut, but I'm not sure. From Weeks Dye Works. Yeah, it's chestnut. So yeah. And this needle minder also comes from the Canadian True North Minders on Facebook. I love it. The Mickey ears and the tentacles from Ursula with her little hair and the necklace from the Little Mermaid. Ah, so pretty. I actually really should get back to this WIP because I haven't touched it in ages as well. And I actually am planning, if this sampler ever gets done, to make another one of her samplers. That one is called Fighting My Demons, and it's like a sampler without an alphabet, but it has all sorts of creatures, I think in a round, maybe square, I don't know. And in the middle is like a Templar kind of figure on a horse with a knight suit on. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, I forgot to put my pattern in it. And yeah, that piece represents a lot for me too. Just get it all in here. This project bag is just big enough. There we go. And then last but not least, we have other dimensions, but this is just a regular dimensions kit. And it's called Playful Kitties or Kittens. Kitties. And it's designed by Martha Edwards. It's an older pattern, I think. It's out of print, that I know for sure. It's stitched on 18 count Ada. Oh, it's from 2001. I thought it was older. And here is where I'm at with this one. And this needle minder also comes from Shibby Stitches. Got that first kitty done. Isn't it so cute? Have you ever seen a cute kitty cat? And the flowers and the greenery. I don't like the color green. I just don't like it. But this combination, like here with the light blue, purple, and then the green, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So yeah, that was my last WIP I had. Did anyone count how many WIPs I have? I didn't. I think I'm at 20-ish WIPs. I don't know. I really don't care either, as long as I'm having fun with my stitching. That's all that matters. So yeah, that was my WIP parade. I hope you enjoyed it. If you sticked with me for this long, thank you. Thank you very much for watching my first Flosstube. If you have any questions for me, you can put them in the comment section below. Yeah. And if you like my video, click like, click subscribe, maybe even. And that's about it for today. I wish you all a very, very happy day, happy stitching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!